stuff happens, doesn't it?
Really little.
We've got no theme tune lined up. Sorry about this, Gem, but let's welcome on Gem to welcome everyone to the show. Gem, do you want everyone else on at once, or do you want to intro them and I'll add them as you go?
Yeah, add us all on at the same time. That's fine.
Well, too late. I already added you.
I have to just say, though, Lizzie, you know, I know James is an incredibly attractive man, but, you know.
Lisa was right. Of course he was right.
I mean, yeah, I'm just glad the shot cuts off here. That's all I'm saying. Good to see you, James.
Well, yeah, what can I say? You know, Lisa is right, of course.
And loving the t-shirt, Nicola.
Yay, look. Woo.
This is the new ones.
Yeah, I do. I've got the t-shirt on, and you also notice in the background. I'm also promoting our little, Let's Talk Cosmo. In the background, I found our old t-shirt.
I was about to joke. It's lovely to open this lot with just ladies showing off their boobs, but then Hedge Scout really put a nail on it by doing this little gesture.
I'm going to agree with you on that, Squee, because the problem I had is that when we were discussing the t-shirt situation earlier, Gemma said to me, "Can you see the t-shirt?" I said, "I can, but I don't feel like I'm staring at your boobs too much." So, you know, I want to.
Whereas I have a very different policy, but that's another story.
I'm
really hoping. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
We can, we can hear you okay.
My headphones are lying to me. They're pretending that they're no, we're not talking to anybody at all.
Clear as a whistle.
Well, just in case anyone's wondering, we are the Talking Codswallop podcast. Woo!
If you haven't grasped who we are already, we've got a problem.
James, you are coming through just a little quiet, just to let you know. It's not too bad.
I'm coming through quietly. Interesting. I'm not sure why. Can't help you on that one. Sorry.
It's good enough.
There's no obvious reasons I can think of.
Yeah, James would be the one that would usually come quietly, right enough, if we're talking about innuendos.
Unless you want to
I love that innuendo, but it really was a single entendre, that one.
And I can also see that we got some salty tadpoles in the house, so thank you ever so much for the salty tadpoles.
Yeah, do you want to see some comments? So we got have an okay show, Team Codswallop. Not good show. Okay one.
Because he's not on the show. Is that what he's
Average.
saying?
Yeah, have a middling show.
Andy's just jealous because he used to be our third, but you know.
Got replaced by another redhead. Gemma went out looking for redheads and found me.
Yeah.
I've heard Gem does this on a weekend.
She does.
Redheads in town.
Yeah.
Is that what you do, Gem?
I do, yes.
When she found James, it was like blonde close enough.
Yeah. She found James on a dog and thing, so this was completely different from where she found me.
Well, that I was going to say, I was quite disappointed when I found out that this was to help dogs. I had a completely different view of what this would be to do with dogs. So, I mean, I'm very happy to support the charity. It's a very worthwhile thing, but I am slightly disappointed. I'm going to be honest. I thought it was something completely different, but you know, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, if we were on after 10, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what we were supporting.
That's we should get into our codswallop really. 4 o'clock? No, I'm joking.
I'm just going to say, Timmy said a clean codswallop. I mean, we'll try. We will try. I don't know how well we'll do, but we'll try. We will do our best.
I mean, if nothing else, between two of us, like I'm not directly Irish, but through my mother, 2 Irish from the stream, it could get salty very easily already.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's always a danger.
Yeah. You'll feel it right at the back of your throat with us.
Oh, I'm so used to doing a podcast where there's no filter at all that it's kind of
Oh,
like
I know.
Just passing
sorry,
it.
what I'm doing is
We're trying to stop Benny trying
from
to
eating
chew the
everything
bin
under
very
my feet.
loudly.
It's all right. Just to break that, I'm just going to say, obviously, one of the problems I have, and Squee will be able to appreciate this, as we get older, we do find ourselves, because this is live. This is live. This is different for me. I don't normally do live, but those who do podcasts with me will know that I invariably find myself needing the toilet. So just to be safe this time.
That's a big old vase.
Yeah.
Keeping it real, folks. Keeping it real.
See, I was just expecting like a Tesco's bottle, but no, James had to go all out and actually go out for a proper bottle, like a decanter's wee.
All I ask is below the camera and make sure you studiously use your mute button.
There's a mute button.
Oh, so right, should we get into the show then? I mean, this is the show, but
Yeah.
Back it, why not?
yeah. Right. Well, in that case, then we should go on to What a Load of Codswallop, which is a segment of our podcast. So, has anybody got any Codswallop this week?
Yes, I do. But mine isn't anything too awful. Mine is more the fact that I went out doing what I normally do, which is went for a very nice coffee, and I was attacked by a spider. But when I say, I could just feel this thing crawling through my wonderful mane, and I was wondering, what is this thing? What could it be? And yeah, it's a wee little spider going down. So that's the worst thing that happens to me this week. And I just want to point out, Squee, it's blonde. It's not strawberry blonde, it's not red, it's blonde.
It's just going towards ginger for me. I'm just saying, it's a very light blonde.
Is this where I'm going to, I've said this before, but telling to my ginger colleagues, I have a soul. So, this is blonde.
I'm just saying Ginger adjacent. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I've been telling him for years.
I will say it now because it's live. I love my gingers. It's all a joke. I do love them.
And you also like being Ginger adjacent, but that's another story.
Yeah. I also like being alive. So
Obviously, Squee doesn't. Clearly.
No.
It's kind of addictive. In fairness, now it really is addictive. A bit like eating food, it's addictive too.
Yeah. As opposed to eating. No, anyway. Like, it's clean
Yeah.
fried people.
Eating codswallop.
Yeah.
Eating codswallop.
Look, when I mentioned to a guest we've got an upcoming episode that our fan base is called Salty Tadpoles, I cannot even tell you because this is live. We've got to keep it clean. What their reaction was.
Yes, Andy, you could have sent me those.
You would have sent your running potty. Gem sent you. You sent him a running potty.
No, what I did was that it was a sort of running joke that it was kind of like instead of like tenor lady, it was kind of like I think it was like a bag for his wee or something, because like when he was running marathons, it was just a joke kind of.
You sent him a
gift,
catheter.
really. Well, kind of, yeah.
To be fair, he used to also leave you wonderful little audio tidbits you had to edit out of the show.
Yeah. And by the way, yes, Kevin. It's funny how Squee says keep it clean. Everyone that proceeds to bring the filth. Yes, it's my show. So yeah, it's my stream.
Squee,
Well,
can I
That's
ask you
your
a
show,
question?
my stream.
Can I ask you a question, Squee? Have you sworn yet?
Have I sworn yet? No, I don't think I have. I've genuinely not sworn. It's innuendo only so far, but yeah, let's see how it goes.
That's what I like to hear.
I was
This
going to
is
say,
why I keep going in and out of shot, because this little monster keeps
Hey,
trying to
Benny's
get-
first appearance on the stream. He is a genuine Phoenix
Yay!
rescue. So if you're donating, you can save a dog like Benny.
I think my ovaries just burst.
That happened to me earlier too. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a weird
Oh,
coincidence.
and also just quickly, if because I know we're still on the codswallops, but we kind of drifted apart here. But never mind. Like it's me trying to keep it all together here. But
Do we ever stay on topic? This is, let's be honest. Do we ever stay on topic? Real? This is
no,
the fun of
we
our
never
show.
do.
Which is why in chaos, you got to tune into us.
I'm stoning public Codswallop. I was lying in bed yesterday morning, as you do in the morning, and I heard this massive bang. I thought, I was going to say a bad word there. I thought, flip, What is that? We live in Northern Ireland. Whenever you hear loud bangs, it's generally not very good. Turned out I'd left a massive bottle of Coke in the freezer the night before, and that's what blew up.
Oh, yes.
My sphincter was going, mm.
I mean, just as a result of that noise, the troubles did start off for another good hour or so. But apart from that, it was all fine.
Apart from that, yeah. Also, I, as listeners of Codswallop know, I'm a costumer as well. So my Codswallop this week has actually been trying to replicate 7 of 9's jacket from Picard. Whenever you first start making a costume, it's a bit like having an affair. You can't stop thinking about it. You wake up thinking about it. You're looking at photographs of it all the time. You're talking to other people about it. It's doing my head in, as we would say over here. So my Codswallop this week has been mostly surrounded by pleather and curse words.
Pleather and curse words, I believe, also the name of your autobiography.
Yes. Yep.
But I have to say though, because you showed us a picture, you showed us it on, because we did like a little practice run, and but you actually showed it to us, and it looked incredible. So
yeah, I think it's starting to come together. I'm going to do it's for Destination Star Trek, and I'm not doing 7 of 9. I'm doing Ginger of 9. So I reckon that the ginger board would probably be that bit more lethal than the normal board with potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, that's just the Irish angle, though, with the potatoes.
Can I also just say, I've noticed in this, Joanne, nice pussy cat ears.
Well, yes, well, I'm also Catwoman as well, right enough, and I didn't think I couldn't wear my costume during the recording because, excuse me, very professional there. Just needed a good swallow. That's better.
The mute button is very much a servant suggestion.
Yeah, this is
there is a mute button.
Yeah, I couldn't wear my Catwoman during the recording because I'd only squeak too much.
Oh, we're not talking about cats, Benny.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I more thought of a joke about squeaking too much, but again, it's a clean show. It's a family show.
Yeah, after 10.
So I had to leave the pussy in the other room.
Yeah.
Talking about squeak, actually, because I was listening to obviously your previous recording with Matt Lees. I love Matt Lees, so he's a very handsome gentleman. Going back to the very beginning, where he said that James was handsome. But
not disagreeing with that though, are we? Let's be honest.
No, definitely not. But because my mum was watching at the same time, who should be watching now, so hi mum. She had the volume on, so I decided to turn it right down so it was subtitles. Every time that Lizzie said squee, it came up as either squeak or squeeze.
I love reading the subtitles when you do announcements. Oh, I love reading them on subtitles because the words, like you say, change, and some of it comes out. Oh, yeah. It's so much more entertaining than listening.
It's good. It's good.
Can I just check? Has my sound gone any better?
It's much better.
Yeah,
I had to play around the settings, so yes, I've done my best. My dulcet tones are perfectly transmitted.
So in true Codswallop fashion, James turned his microphone off and now he's turned it back on again.
Well, he's had a bit of a fiddle and you can hear him a lot more voluminously now.
Yeah. If you hear running water, just cover your ears.
Sounds like you charge £1.50 a minute for that voice.
Oh yes, definitely. Why do you think Gemma keeps me around?
And if you phone 0800 James Live, then you can. All the money goes to Phoenix Rehoming.
Yes.
Yes.
Single James are standing by to take your call.
Absolutely.
Proper telethon. I like this.
Yeah.
Or as Gemma loves me to say, indeed.
Indeed. So shall I move on to my Codswallop or Nicola and Ian? Squee, do you have nearly? Did you have Codswallop this week?
Nicola, have you got any Codswallop going on?
The problem with me and Ian, I know this. I am just a life of Codswallop. Everything annoys me. Everyone annoys me. Everything going outside of this house annoys me. So I'd be just a daily life of it, wouldn't I?
Have you told the story about the Welsh cake?
Oh yeah,
That's a good one. So it's not this week, but let's just cheat.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing. So during lockdown, I am someone who is kind of like, I don't like going near people. I don't like touching people. I don't, Ian keeps saying to me, you must do more and more little bits. Otherwise, you're going to live a life like that. If you don't sort of start doing little things just to, start, not run up and hug someone, but just little bits. So anyway, we had a lot of people bring cakes and things into the office, and I never eat them. Not because I don't trust the person. it's personal to me that I'm just a bit funny about, eating things, especially at COVID times. Anyway, there's this particular guy, and he is just, he's just so clean. He just cleans everything when he comes in, cleans everything. He's just that sort of guy. He made some Welsh cakes because he's actually got family in Wales. And he said, would you like one? And it's the first time ever that I went, okay then. And I ate one. It was lovely. And I come home and I went to Ian, you'll be so proud of me. I ate this Welsh cake. Anyway, I got a message about an hour later saying, this particular guy has tested positive for COVID.
Oh no!
Oh, you're joking. Anyway, it turned out it was when he had the proper test, it was negative. But I couldn't believe I said, well, that went well.
I was expecting a slide into, and obviously for those who listen to Talking Codswallop will understand the poisoned chocolate situation, but thankfully you've not had the poisoned Welsh cake situation.
No. But see what I mean? So I'm one of these that I'll get on the bus and I'm like, nobody's wearing their mask. I know you're not meant or don't have to, but I'm still in my head. I'm going, no, I'm the only one with a mask on. I'm in a shop going, that person's right next to me. I'm that
right. You're right. People should still have a mask on.
I do think so in public transport and in shops. I think definitely in certain locations. I really do. And
places you can't avoid. Like if you're going down to the pub, you've accepted a degree of risk. If you're going in public transport or do your food shopping, you haven't. Everyone wear masks. That's my deal with it.
Yeah. You have to go on public transport to go to work. You have to go and get food shopping. That's the things you can't avoid. So you're right. Things you have to do. Andy, we could get deliveries, and we do that sometimes.
I loved also the way she told me the Welsh cake story is, hello, Nicola, how are you doing, baby? You having a lovely day? It's your fault! That's the delivery I got. It was slightly different from how she's told it today, but much the same.
So was it along the lines of it's your fault and I'm going to die and it's your fault?
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
I'm going to die and then I'm going to haunt you. It's your fault. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
I was going to say, ironically as well, I did jot down 6 reasons why it's a good idea to wear a mask as well, other than COVID.
Okay.
So yeah, so sometimes ladies, but also gentlemen as well, have unwanted facial hair in this area.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen to all of us.
Not mummy.
But
Mummy doesn't.
no, I mean, I never have that kind of so there's a way that if you wear a mask, you can hide unwanted facial hair. If you've got spots, it covers spots. It hides after you've had the facial waxing, it hides any of the evidence that you've had that done.
Other waxing is available.
Pardon?
And other masks.
Other waxing is available.
Yeah.
Anyway,
do you know the weirdest thing though? I didn't think of that straight away, and I thought, well, when I have my eyebrows done, I could do with some little mask.
If you've got 15 chins like myself,
that's why I grew the beard.
Yes, I can't unfortunately grow the beard. So well, I do, but unfortunately I get it waxed off.
Not after the waxing.
So you can hide the 15 chins. I mean, if you've got a big nose, or you're just ugly.
Wow. I mean, that
2 for 2 on that one.
So really nowadays, when you go out with a mask and you've got to say to people, no, I don't wear it because I'm vulnerable. I don't wear it because I haven't had my jabs. I'm going to say I wear it because I'm ugly.
Yeah, I'm ugly with a big nose and a beard.
We have a long tradition here of wearing balaclavas. We've done it for years. if you really want to go all out, and that would partially cover your eyebrows. So all you'll see is this.
Yeah.
Brilliant. What's the best?
It was all a misunderstanding with the IRA. They just needed a good waxer.
Yeah.
Exactly. COVID compliant.
Tell you
By the
what,
way,
I'll put
Me
a
and Hedgecamp, we're
balaclava
allowed to
on.
make these jokes. The rest of you,
Yeah.
if you make them, you're very racist. We're Irish. We're allowed.
Racist father.
I'll put a balaclava on. I'll see how long I last when I go into a bank.
Yeah.
I'll get the timer going.
So, Squee, have you got any codswallop?
Yeah, I'll give one actually. There's just one which just came to me actually. Just before Squee Fest, I booked the next week off work. So, you know, just basically I can recover my voice and just have a bit of time off.
And
Next
sleep.
weekend, me and Nicola are going to Wales. It's going to be a lovely time.
Oh,
so
don't
it's
eat
like-
the Welsh cakes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no Welsh
We
cakes.
are going to see Matt
Sorry,
soon,
Owen.
so-
Yeah. We might get our hands on Lizzie's Welsh cakes, but that's another story.
Yeah.
So, you know, a week and a half off, and I purposefully, basically, what I do is I work for the NHS, and I'm a team leader. So I manage a team who are making calls for people about their COVID vaccinations, seeing they've got them, doing a bit of research for the NHS. And so I listened to loads of calls, got all my calls ready for the end of the month listened to. So whoever's just looking after my team just has to do spot checks, you know, check on how everyone is. Easy job. Thinking, great. It's a Friday morning. I've got everything done. This should be nice and easy street for the last day before vacation. They then tell me, only did they announce that, oh yeah, they're going to switch us to a new script. So we've got to go through that with our teams. When they recently, essentially, we just started, because of COVID, we started as a very last minute project. We started making calls to people on flu. Then it went over to COVID. And then we kept on getting expanded for like a month or 3 months or like little amounts. We got a year-long extension and it was kind of muted at that time. We might get contracts. That didn't really materialize. Friday, they go, it's like, yeah, and we're going to bring in contracts. So not only are we going to send out mailings to all your staff today, whether or not they get a contract, because not everyone's getting one. So you've got to manage that. You've got 1,000,001 questions. And by the way, you've got to interview for your own jobs because you team leaders cost more money, essentially. And I'm like, oh, okay, fun. It's like, so that was my Friday just before I went off for a week and a half.
Nice and relaxing.
Listening, but if so, like, really, we've just done our best to manage it and help you out. So there you go.
Stop backtracking now.
Well,
Yeah.
I haven't said anything bad. Just
Not
that's
really
the way
a
it kind of all
codswallop at
just
all.
came down.
It's a positive comment.
It's a deep breath.
The
though,
codswallop is the
that's
nature
all
of it. It's
is.
nothing against giving contracts to our people. I'm quite happy with that. I give you all contracts.
Yeah, no, I get that, because it's always the case, isn't it, that, you know, when you go off for a, you know, even if you just have like a couple of days off or whatever, that day before you go on holiday is always the worst day, because you're like, you know, somebody else is going to be looking at your inbox, so you know that you kind of want to leave it as empty as possible so that they don't kind of, you know, complain or whatever. But
I mean,
yeah,
the last week off I had just before the week before, I was thinking, great, again, what I'll do is I'll listen to or do all the work I've got to do essentially a week in hand. It'll be fine. Then they go, yeah, you've got 3 new starters, which essentially, and you're doing the training on the new starters, not both for your team and the other teams. So essentially, not only can you not do your work because you're looking after the new guys, you've got to get the new guys up to speed, and you can't do anything because like they're new. They just need the extra care and attention. Nothing against the new starters, but it just, they take all your time. So I think I'm just never going to take holiday again. Just that's the new plan. I mean,
yeah.
Sleep is for the weak. Sleep is for the weak.
pretty much.
Says the insomniac.
Well,
And also, just to add to this codswallop, they brought in this now, and 2 weeks ago, and I'm still recovering from now. Perfect timing for this. I got the flu, so I was away for a couple of days and just lost that pay. So now they're going to bring in contract, and I could have got sick pay. Just after my holiday as well. And I've got to check my emails all through my holiday in case they send the email where I've got to apply for my job.
Oh, I nearly said a bad word there. Gemma,
Pretty much though. That
to the
bad
box.
was-
Get the
I actually put the box away, so
Did you?
Okay, it's at least let's say £3 donation per swear. There you go.
Ooh, I could be bankrupt. You know, here's a codswallop I'm just experiencing right at this moment in time. I'm such a tube. I have myself in portrait when everybody's in landscape.
I don't want to say anything.
Here we go.
I assume there's a reason why you've done it that we just weren't aware of.
No, it's just because I'm a tosser.
I mean,
See, now, are we allowed to have that word?
Is
Ooh,
that
it's a-
allowed, or is
it's a
that
I
grey
think it's a
area.
pretty good donation, quite frankly. I mean,
Yes.
by the rules.
If you're going to charge people £3, you want to make them swear words good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you wasted it. You wasted it on that particular word, which I won't repeat.
There we go.
Yeah. Yay!
I do like the fact, Joanne, that you were the first person who's broken the swear.
I don't think
About
of the
what-
T word as a swear word, but I still don't want to say it because I can't afford the £3. So
But even
If
Squee,
you use the F word, then that's a tenner.
yeah, even Squee, who's been doing this for like 2.5 hours now, has kept it all clean.
yeah.
It's just gone
Yeah.
horribly wrong. Owen's blaming the Welsh cakes. I'll say don't
No,
blame the
don't.
Welsh
Just
cakes.
don't blame the
right?
Welsh cakes.
I
Insane.
love Welsh cakes. They're so nice. That's going to be my downfall when we go to Wales, actually.
Yeah.
I'll be just eating them all weekend.
I was going to say I'd like for you to bring some back, but actually I could just pop to Tesco's and buy some, couldn't I?
There won't be Welsh cakes from Wales, though.
That's a good point. So could
Or
you bring
won't be
some back
ones
for
that have
me?
travelled in via means other than me.
They travelled in you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they've travelled. Yeah, it's a bit like when you get drugs, right? So I've travelled out with them.
I'm resisting the innuendo. I'm really resisting the innuendo. You've already done inbox comments, and I was like, nope, don't go there. Don't go there.
This is the beauty of the British system. You can't swear before 9 o'clock, but innuendo is fine. You can say
Yeah.
far more filthier stuff in suggestion, but you're not allowed to say the word. It's brilliant.
I just said I will meet Gemma in a car park and I will deliver the Welsh cakes that I have smuggled through.
Innuendo or police? Who's going to be more interested in this one?
What's in the box?
That says nothing. Everyone else made up. their own
Yeah,
answers.
and you give her the option is take home or eat out. That's the two options of how you have the food. I mean, what are you laughing at? I don't. What?
Well, we are close friends, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to my Codswallop because I've been sat here so
Yeah.
patiently.
Yeah, go on, Jack.
Yeah. Well, I've now got two. So, and this is two like that. Not the other way around. So quick one was that our dog just had a poo in the garden, which dogs do, and it's all good. But I must love him because there was a bit stuck on him, and I had to then get a tissue and take it off. And it was not fun. And that literally happened about 5 minutes before we went live. So that memory is kind of in my head at the moment, unfortunately. So
You know when you love your dog when you have to pull grass out of them.
well, it wasn't grass, Nicola. It wasn't grass.
This wasn't but it's actually coming out with and it's like
yeah.
hanging
String
on by
effect.
grass, and you're doing that.
It's
like
the
a
worst
magic
magic trick ever.
Yeah, people like flags and everything.
And you don't get any nice colourful flags at the
Or flowers at the end.
Did you get a coin from behind his ear? I mean, I need to know what happened at the end of this magic trick.
Oh dear.
The Tadar is more poo. That's it.
I feel for you there, I really
Is
do.
this your card?
Yeah.
So yes, so I
Yeah.
do well and truly love my dog. My other Codswallop, and one of the reasons why the wonderful Andy Barr is here at the moment watching us, because one of my Codswallops this week is that my co-host James, he killed the OneDrive. So,
I did.
Yeah, he
Even I don't know I did this. So
no, definitely not. So he basically managed to I don't even know what he did, to be completely honest, but Andy, who is now our tech support guy, who is a wonderful IT guy in the background. I know that obviously Joanne is as well, but well, yeah, okay, we'll take the pressure off. Just Andy, and so we messaged him and he sorted it out for us. But at the same time, Andy then removed all of my old files in a separate place on his computer, and I was just so anxious until they were put back that I was like, oh my god, I want my files.
I mean, to be fair, he was holding you to giving him food to actually get the files back. It was like
Yes.
a Jaffa cake thing. It was like, most people do money for exchange of things. He goes with Jaffa cakes. So yeah, but how did I do it? I have no idea how I broke it. I don't know what went horribly wrong, but thank you to Andy for his patience. I did want to give him a comical name that again I can't use on this because of the time frame we're in. But I've been reliably told by Gemma, all we can call him is IT technician. I had a different IT related name for him, but
Inspector of inboxes.
it was even worse what I was going to use. But no, Andy did a wonderful thing. He was very helpful. Hats off to him. Very patient as well.
Yes, and it was also all outside of official work hours. So obviously, because Andy's very professional, and he wouldn't ever do things during his work time, would you, Andy? But but no, and yeah, he really did help us. But at the same time, those files, it was all our old episodes and stuff, and I need to get like a external hard drive and stuff like that, but I can't afford one right this second. But when they were gone, I was like, oh, I want my babies back.
So you're saying Andy was working overtime on James's very hard drive?
Yes.
Indeed.
I mean, I did try and
inboxes.
I did try and persuade Andy to actually say everything had been deleted just to see what we could actually do to Gemma.
Yes.
But he wouldn't allow, because he's such a good, decent person. He wouldn't allow that to happen.
Yeah.
Unlike James.
Yeah. I'm again nearly swore. I nearly described myself with a very bad word, but I didn't. So
yes, was a new word that James has made up, which is two swear words put together. One of the words I don't like, but the fact that he's put these two words together, these two words together means I actually quite like the word now. So.
Okay, James, you'll have to message us that word just to see what it is.
Yes. I'm not even sure whether we can mention it on this show at this hour, you see. So yes, I will
just message us to tell us what it is, because I need to know the second part of it. I only know one half.
Yeah, I think Joanne's killed the headset.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here with these headphones on, thinking I can hear everything coming out of my phone. I don't think my headphones are on.
I've done that before. I've done that for a whole interview, and I'm going like,
it's showing them as connected on the phone, but I've just looked at them and they are dead as a Monty Python parrot.
Let's not even bring up the MPAL headphones, eh?
The MPAL debacle.
I don't know what the quality of the sound's like. I just shout every fine. Yeah. But that's good. I take things off my ears now. I was sitting there like, I was on a Zoom call actually the other week with the boss, and he said to me, I had the work headphones on. He says, "You look like your Princess Leia," because I had my hair tied back. He knows I'm a big Star Wars fan. "You just need bigger cans." And I looked down and went, I don't have the wrong bra today.
Also, I mean, we could be in danger if, you haven't got amplification, because we all know the Northern Irish accent is a very shy, retiring accent. You can barely hear it.
I know. Deetle situation.
Actually, while we're talking about the Northern Irish accent, because Joanne was going to teach us some Irish words, weren't you? Or some Northern Irish words. So did you want to go on to that?
Yeah, I thought, right, I'll keep it short and sweet. There's one phrase that pretty much encapsulates everything we do over here, and Mr. Squee himself will probably recognize this phrase.
Okay.
The phrase is dead on.
Yep. So
you know that the phrase dead on has many, many different variances. You have dead on, which is okay. You have dead on, which is I do not believe anything you're telling me. And then of course you have dead on. I've understood what you've told me, and I'm going to go and do it now. You can put all sorts of curse words around it as well. It's glorious the way that you can expand it. And of course, another one we have over here as well is if you really do want to expand the sentence, because for some strange reason you have absolutely no idea where stop finishes at, you add the phrase "so it is." You know what was going?
The one I was thinking is so I did. Say something like, "Yeah, I went to the shop, so I did." Like, I believed you the first time. You didn't have to add that. It's fine. The other one, which the other one which I love, which my mum does, and this can mean a multitude of things. Is like, "Ach." It can be like "ach," and like you can be in trouble. It could be "ach." Like, yeah, what are you going to do? It can be, I'm quite happy. You know, who knows?
You just, I mean, that's lovely. So we're just generally a wee bit weird over here. We have our own sort of phrases and customs, and I don't know, we're just weirdos.
But to be fair, where I be from in Winbury, Dorset, we've got some weird phrases as well. So it's like, I don't know if it's just local to my area or not, but we actually say, oh God, I forgot what it is. This is that would have been an edit. No, we say like, where's that to then?
Yeah.
Where's that to then?
Yeah,
That makes no sense whatsoever, does it? But to every Dorset person, it does.
One of my favourites, and I don't think it's restricted to Dorset, but is Gert Big.
Yeah, I love that one.
Gert Big.
Gert Big B.
Is it her big or her? I mean, what's that mean?
Yeah, it's just to say large. It's just like, instead of saying, oh, that's big, you'd go, oh, that's Gert Big.
You are.
I mean, to be honest with you, like my mum's from Ireland. My dad is from London, from Cheam originally, but he grew up in Poole in Dorset. It's a wonder my accent sounds like this, whatever this is. Like, I don't know where.
I am always, Ian's like, oh, you're just like the pronunciation police, aren't you?
It's my parents'
Me.
fault. Like, they were always on my ass when I was a kid, so I can't get rid of it now.
Yeah, my dad had a very thick Dorset accent, so he'd have been too hypocritical to knock me.
Yeah.
But Ian's like, you do just speak kind of normally, and then every now and again you come out with battery or beetroot or
Yeah. Let me give an example though, because she'll say it's like, yes, I bought this wonderful toy for my nephew for Christmas. It was lovely. It was exactly what he wanted. Fortunately, it didn't come with batteries. It's like,
It's like you've just been threatened.
Yeah.
When I'm visiting my family in Dorset, like they're from Bridport around the area, and like they all speak in a Dorset accent continuously. It's not a shock to the ears when it's just one word. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like when I say accent, it comes out more as a Dorset accent than my normal accent. I think it helps because my dad was Welsh and my mum's from here, so from Dorset. So I think, hopefully I've picked up a little bit of the Welsh to balance it out a little bit. There you go. Balance it out.
It's great. For the past 5-10 minutes, for anyone who's been listening, there will be a large swathe of people who will not have understood a single word that you people have been saying.
And
now we throw in a northerner, they've got no chance.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. The plane has crashed into the mountain at this point.
Yeah, we need the subtitles. I'd love to see what the subtitles are saying right now.
Yes,
The situation.
All it is just this question mark.
WTF right across the bottom of the screen.
Actually, someone, I think it was when you were in with it, was it Matt Lee's? And I think because it couldn't pick up the word, it just done like 4 little asterisks. It made me laugh because it looked like they were bleeding out a word that was said more than anything.
Oh. Right. Okay, so I'm going to do the raffle next, because as you know, we did a thank you to everyone who donated. Obviously, we haven't actually announced that yet. To donate to the reason why we're doing this is because of Phoenix Rehoming, which is obviously an amazing charity, as you heard a couple hours ago. And first of all, actually, how are we doing with regards to the total, Dr. Squee?
I'm just going to get a live update just to check to see if anyone's donated recently. But if you haven't, please go to, and of course, it's now going to not load because that's helpful. If you want to donate, please go to drsquee.com, which will redirect you to our Facebook page.
Yeah.
If you don't have Facebook, you're watching on one of the other platforms, go to phoenixrehoming.co.uk. Direct donate. We love it if you can donate on Facebook, but if you can't, don't worry. We'd rather the money go to the dogs. If you can put a comment, if you are donating on Phoenix, just saying Squeefest, then they can keep track. Just be nice to know, but not a hassle. But so far, we are on £424. A large swathe of this, I have to say a big thank you to the Codswallop listeners because you donated in advance. So I'm not like, like the reason probably why we haven't got many donations at the moment is because you all donate in advance, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
The fact that we were nearly at £400 before we began today is astounding to me, and I am just so humbled and thankful, especially to all those salty tadpoles out there. And tell them about the raffle, Jen.
Yay.
I certainly will. So over here is the official drawing. Oh, okay. I was going to show it on camera, but there we go.
You can do it on camera if you want. Just
I love it. It's so awesome.
There we go. So this is a wonderful picture here that my mum drew. It's not her own. It's not officially her own work, as in she did draw this and she adapted it, but it's not a character that she's actually made up herself. But either way, it's still an amazing Jenny Williams piece of work. And
if I can just put it on the screen just so you can see, it's like got the forever home on the mat. It's the detail on it is amazing. It's a wonderful work, and I have to thank your mum so much for doing that.
So clever.
And for you doing this raffle.
So she doesn't think that it's as brilliant as everybody else thinks it is, but there you go. That's a typical artist. So here I have a load of names.
Yay!
So,
is that a little dog bowl?
It's not a dog bowl. No, it's not. It's the Hulk.
Yeah.
And Gem, just to let you know, Sarah Taylor is on the screen now. Wow, amazing! Thank you. That's Sarah from Phoenix Rehoming. So I just wanted to pass that on.
Oh, well, thank you ever so much. Right, so we have a winner in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Oh, who is it?
Who is it?
Benny's like, what's going on? What's going on?
It's Robin Maloney.
Oh, our buddy Robin Maloney, one of the ants from the ant hill, as well as a salty tadpole.
He is, and yes, so Robin Maloney, well, I don't need to keep saying your surname because I kind of know you, so Robin, if you send me your address, I'll pop this in the post to you. So thank you, and thank you again, like I know Squee said already, but thank you ever so much to the Salty Tadpoles who did donate, and to the other people that just supported the show by sharing and whatnot as well, because I know, we all know that not everybody can afford to donate money, but those who have and those who will, it's amazing. So thank you ever so much. So
but like Sarah said earlier, if it's donations great, it can be as little as a few pounds, but even if they can share the page or go to the page or anything is just as helpful and just as wanted and thanked.
And as important as the donations are, and so thankful for everyone donating and anyone who will donate as the event goes on, I'm always really quick to point out, especially in recent years with the pandemic, we said this last year, we know a lot of people are hurting, a lot of people lost their jobs, and they just need some good times and some entertainment. We don't want anyone to feel bad watching. Just enjoy yourself, have a good time. This is for you as well as raising money for a wonderful cause. So
exactly. And also I've planned a game. So I think we should get into a game. So I've got all of your names written down. So it's a competition through all of you. So basically what I'm going to do is I've come up with, I haven't come up with the dog breeds myself, but I've picked a load of dog breeds that I'm going to say the 2 breeds of dog, and then you guys guess what the name of the dog is, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Let's hope Benny's not on it, because we'll be there for hours.
Just listing different breeds.
Yes. So, I didn't want to be on my... Oh, I was going to show you the answers then. I didn't want to be on my phone the whole time. So this is why I've printed it off on paper. So... Okay, so with regards to whoever knows the answer, shout your name first and then obviously give the answer. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Right, so I started with an easy one. Cocker Spaniel and Poodle.
Oh, Nicola.
Is
it a Sprudel? Are you mixing them?
Yes.
Is it Sprudel?
No, it isn't.
Squee.
I think James actually...
Yeah, come on, Squee. Don't take my life's slow at the moment anyway. Don't say that from. That's a cockapoo.
It is a cockapoo.
Oh, I should know that. My friend was on. Get that. Everybody knows someone with a cockapoo, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And I believe that's what your dog was doing earlier, cockapoo.
He certainly was.
I'm liking it, Squee. Kind of not. I was going to say clean, but that's the wrong choice of words.
Suggestive.
Yes, suggestive.
Okay, so the next one is a pug and a beagle.
Squee.
Yep.
Is that Puggle?
It is a puggle.
Oh,
Woo!
that sounds really cute.
It
Puggle.
does. There's some really, really cute ones on here. And also, obviously, if anybody doesn't know the answers, obviously I'll still give the answers. So a schnauzer and a poodle.
A Nicola?
Yeah.
Is it Snoodle?
It is a snoodle. you got it right in the end. Come on, Joanne, your mic working?
Someone's off your
It's
turn.
not working. This is the problem. I should have got the cockapoodle one. Or the cockapoodle. There you go. There's a brand new one.
Okay. So a Yorkshire Terrier and a poodle.
A Yorkshire Diddle? I don't know. It's Joanne.
Okay, no, that's not right.
Squee, is it a Udel? It's also a delivery service.
No, it isn't.
A Yorkshire Terrier and a
Yep.
poodle.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a sort of is it a Yorkie do or something, or Yorkie Doodle or something like that?
Oh, you're so close. It's a Yorkie poo.
Oh,
So unfortunate.
I know.
So unfortunate.
James, you should have got that Yorkshire Knoll.
I
I'm
know,
full
right?
of poo.
Yeah.
Well, I don't exactly spend my time looking up on dog breeds, but clearly it's something that is missing in my life, so I will bear that in mind for the future. I mean, how weird is it going to look though if I'm going around the park with a little book going, what sort of dog is this? Although it does tie into my dogging comment earlier of hanging around places, so possibly it might work.
you knock on cars and go, "What type of dog is?"
Yeah.
What are you doing in there? Oh, right, okay.
Your dog needs out. There's a lot of all your windows are steamed up. Obviously, somebody in there. They're not breathing.
Crack a
You know,
window.
you can't
It's
just leave a
panting
little bit in
too
the window.
hard.
It's too hot. Let them.
Actually, you do know that cranking the window down a slight amount, it signifies that you want people to watch you.
Yeah.
And I
Is
can
it?
see their puppies.
Yes.
And I love the way you went with the cranking rather than the.
Yes.
electric
I
window.
decided to go back to the 80s. No.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, was that the window? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
See, we've definitely kept it clean-ish.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
have.
Flashing
Yeah.
light. Oh, flashing lights apparently is another one as well inside.
What about
Inside
this?
Yeah, I heard about
Just
the
say-
lights on in the car, lights off in the car. I did hear about that. Yeah.
which
I
makes
didn't
me
know-
think they must get really turned on every time you open the fridge.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the Dogs and Dogging Hour here on Squee Fest.
Thank
You're
God
gonna
it's a British
sacrifice anything you've
podcast. Okay, so the next one is a Labrador and a Collie.
Oh, I've known one of these, but I don't know the name.
Ooh.
I own one of
Dotty's
these.
cousin,
Well, it's not mine.
sadly
But...
no longer with us,
Labrador and
was a Labrador Collie.
Sorry, say that again, Squee.
Just Dottie's cousin, Bella, who's sadly no longer with us, was a Labrador Collie mix, and they're mental, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
I'll go
Is it
with-
Lolly?
It isn't. No.
I'll go with a guess.
Should be.
It's not Brolly, is it?
Nope, it isn't.
Why Brolly?
Like Brador,
Okay.
Collie, Brolly.
Would you like me to give you the answer?
I think you're gonna have to tell us, Gemma.
Okay. Well, first of all, it's Mr. Socks, which is my dog. Well,
Oh,
biologically
The breed's
my
called
dog.
Mr. Socks.
Biological dog. Oh, Gemma. No, I
Inherited.
think you would have to have a chat in a bit.
Well,
Gonna make a fortune of you.
I meant inherited, not biologically. And actually, because
It's getting very dark.
yeah, because we actually thought he was just a mongrel, which, to be fair, most of these are, but they're glorified ones nowadays. But he's actually a Borodor, which I thought was very Lord of the Ringsy, so I quite like that.
Yeah, it sounds like a cocktail you get at the Hobbit pub.
Yes,
it
yes,
sounds
indeed.
like a Torador, doesn't it? Like a real Borodor. Oh, I like that now.
Yeah, so
It sounds very
Borodor.
fancy.
The next one is a Maltese and a poodle.
Moodle.
Nope.
A Malteser?
No, but that's
No.
really good.
Maltese
A
and
moodle?
a poodle.
Pooties.
A pooties, did you say?
Yeah.
No.
A Malpoo?
Oh, well, Nicola's kind of the closest. So it's a multi-poo.
Ah.
Does it have a small horseshoe or a small thing for taking sort of hooves? No, hang on, I'll get my words right here. Does it have a hoof pick in it?
I'm not sure.
Does it sound like a multi-tool? And
This does sound a little bit Irish. Does it come with a horseshoe?
So the next one is a Maltese and a Yorkie.
You want to go very route one and go Morky.
Okay, Ian. Squee, you've won so far. Well done.
Morky.
A Morky?
Yep.
That's interesting.
A Chihuahua. I nearly said chinchilla, but a Chihuahua.
A chinchilla. Now that would be a mix.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Would it look like your hamster microphone?
It does, yes, my fluffy mouth. A Chihuahua and a Dachshund.
Oh God, I'd love to see that. That must be a really, really interesting looking mix.
No ideas?
No.
Okay, so a Chiweenie. That one is.
Chiweenie.
Oh, dear.
Cup of tea you always want to say no to.
Yeah, would you like to see my Chiweenie?
Nobody ever wants to see a weenie. Okay, and a Pekingese and a poodle, and I actually love this one. I really want one of these dogs because of the name of it.
Pickadall?
Oh, what? Sorry.
Pickapoo?
Yeah, Nicola! Woo! Was Nicola the answer then, or yeah?
Yeah, it
Nicola.
was. Yeah.
Good. So
Pass me the bin.
it just made me think of Pikachu.
Excuse
It's
me.
Peekapoo.
Sorry, our bin is going to just go in the camera for a second because Benny's trying to eat it.
Okay.
This is when you hope Benny's going to be a very good boy for me and sit nicely, and he's not.
No. But then it's live, so you know these things happen when it's live.
Yeah.
Dottie, you're doing very well. Dottie, unfortunately, can't get onto camera because she's a Labrador and she's a bit older, so she can't.
Yeah.
So much, but she says,
That's,
Yeah.
that's fair enough. And the final one is, and I will take a non-naughty word answer for this one because the actual name of it is a little bit on the naughty side.
If the name is the name of the dog breed, that's all we're saying. So that's
Well, there you
allowed in
go.
context.
So a French bulldog and a Shih Tzu.
I know,
Yes.
bullshit. Without the S word.
Well done. So
Yeah.
Nicola is the crowning queen of that round.
I'm the queen of dogs.
Do you know how we know that? We once had dog show. That's very true.
Yeah.
We once had dog show, and someone so proudly they go, "What's your dog breed?" It's a bullshit. They were so pleased to announce that as loud as they could. What? It's a mix between these breeds. What are we going to call it?
Yeah.
I apologise for the slight language there. At the
No,
end.
that's the name of a dog breed. We are not
Yeah.
using it in any other context. So you know.
Yep.
clean.
Unfortunately, but also I did pick it for that reason.
Yeah. There's also many other variations like a Jack Russell and a Shih Tzu, isn't there? There's many variations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but well done, Nicola. You are the winner of that round. So you got 3 points. Doctor Squee got 2 points. James got 1 point, and Joanne got a participation trophy.
Wow.
I'm special.
And Joanne was here.
Joanne,
I'm a cat. Where am I supposed to know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got the Miss Congeniality prize for this?
So, finally, James, did you want to take us out with some stories of the week that you've? Well, it's not stories of the week in the sense of how we would normally do it for the show, but you've got some stories about doggies, haven't you?
Yes, I have. It's just some stuff that I'd sort of picked up. It's more when I was talking to, because I wanted to get a bit of an idea of people's information on dogs. And the best person I could come to speak to about dogs actually turned up to be my dad, who was telling me the amusing story of when he'd gone to visit one of his friends. He was staying in their spare room. And he basically, went to bed quite happily, no problems. Woke up in the morning to find that the dog that is owned by the person whose house he was staying at in bed with him, completely utterly asleep. And when he raised this with his friend, he said, "Why?" Because the dog was at one stage wasn't even allowed to come upstairs, but it'd been unwell at some point in the past and had been allowed to do that. And he was saying, "Well, why did I wake up with the dog in bed with me?" And the point raised by his friend was, you were in the spare room. The dog thinks you're in its room. It doesn't see it's a spare room. It's now basically, it'd be nice enough to allow you to stay in its bed. But to wake up, he said, you just wake up and you got this dog lying there asleep right next to you.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
And he also told me a good story going further back into his past. So when he was a child, the family had a cat and it had kittens, and my dad would happily play with the cat and the kittens. But at one point, he must have, being a child, antagonized him a bit, and it, scratched him and almost took his eye out. So fortunately, the cats that we got rid of, and that's left my father in a position where he's not really a cat person. Apologies to Joanne. But what has then happened is he was telling the story of one of their neighbours had a lovely dog called Buster that must have been one of the most docile, kind animals known to man, because it basically allowed all the kids to sit in its back while he was, and sort of ride the dogs they were going around. And he would, when he got older and the dog got older, they would take the dog for a walk. But what the dog did that was interesting is you would take it to a point on its walk and it would stop. And when he says he means it would stop and go no further, it literally would stop in the middle of the road, whatever. And you could not move that animal, he said, for love nor money. And it would literally be, you had to take that dog back home because for whatever reason, it was going nowhere. And it literally would go nowhere. He said it would just sit itself down. There could be traffic coming, anything, straight down, no further.
Oh, just recently, actually, on that note of being Dottie, our oldest, she's 12, and she has recently started, so we leave house for our walk, and she either wants to go to toilet, as in go poo in either people's driveways or actually as you're crossing a road.
Yeah.
And she'll just drop in the middle of the road, and you're thinking, and she's not she's not like Benny where you can come on. She will drop. So the other day when I was out with my daughter's got hold of Dottie, and I'm in the road waiting to see if any car comes along to go, oh, stop. We just could not move her. Like you say, we just Dottie go into the toilet in the middle of the road.
Or now, because our house is on a bit of a slope, sometimes she does poo at the top and it just does a nice little roll down.
Yeah.
Nice.
You just hope there and then that somebody walks past.
Yeah. For this reason, every time we leave the house, if I go on a walk with my daughter, I always say to her, and I would say my daughter's 24, not little anymore, but every time I say to her, which one do you want, she always goes for Benny, and it's always because I guarantee that Dottie will want to go somewhere and it'll be a really inconvenient.
By the way, these poop stories, I'm just realizing, are the lead-in for Sophie Aldred.
Yeah.
Guys, really fun here. Like, so sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have. I mean, it is terrible. I apologise for everybody listening that we've started with Gemma discussing picking up poop, and we're now on poop rolling down the hill.
Yeah.
I mean, Sophie, try and beat this.
You're definitely on brand for talking Codswallop. Let's face it.
Pretty much it.
Exactly.
Poop on the way in, poop on the way out.
I mean, poop does tend to be on the way out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Exactly. So we're all good. But yeah, well, because how much time have we got left? Because we've only got a minute or so, haven't we?
It's
So-
a minute. I mean, Sophie isn't on yet. She did say she might be a minute, so just
Okay, that's fine.
start heading towards an ending.
Because I was just going to say that I had a weird thought the other day, which sometimes when I'm driving around, I just have these little bizarre thoughts, and they necessarily make no sense to anybody else, but I just decide to. But one of them I did write down, which was, do you think? Now I know this isn't the actual word, but do you think that Jim Henson was actually a hypnotist? Because every time you go phenomenon. Don't you want to go?
Yeah.
So that was my my little thought, that I think that Jim Henson secretly said that word. Well, I know it's phenomenon, not phenomenon. Phenomenon.
Yeah, no, it does.
It's not as
That's
bad
why
as
I
what he did
cock like a
with
chicken every time I hear that.
Yeah, that's not for that.
the- you know.
Sorry, Joanne.
Yeah, Joanne, keep
All I
it
saw
clean.
was you
Yeah,
suddenly
yeah.
doing that.
I'm thinking what Jim Henson also did to those puppets.
Also,
Frozen on that.
but
That's
also,
great.
Joanne, you've frozen, which is actually
Oh,
hilarious.
in a very with your hand in a very interesting position, but
Yeah,
I couldn't
love it.
possibly comment on that one. What I'd also say, if you mentioned the fact that Jim Henson might have hypnotized people, it's interesting that nobody knows how to get to Sesame Street.
And she's back. I was just trying to normalize it by doing it as well. Like, just like
Yeah,
doing this.
power
Yeah,
to the people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a word I can't actually use.
Yes.
yeah. Stop doing it. It's just stop doing
Are
that.
you saying so to get to Sesame Street, everyone was, oh, have they gone?
No,
Oh, no,
just keep
So,
talking.
I could not see you for a sec. Are you saying to get to Sesame Street, then you either had to have a hood over your head and then you were driven to Sesame Street, or you were hypnotized till you got to Sesame Street?
I couldn't possibly comment.
Or
That's
you
all
just-
I can say.
Or you were just so drunk that you found yourself there and you couldn't remember how you got there because you were blind
Yeah.
drunk.
I'll tell you what, I'll call you later for £1.50 a minute on Ian's card to find out how you
Yeah.
get to Sesame
Yeah.
Street.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll answer other questions as well, but we can't go into those at this time of day.
Well, I think, I'm not going to lie, but I think that we've done very, very well for a very crude podcast that we haven't
You're right,
sworn
Andy.
once.
Yeah. Andy, I've just read the comment and he's put, yeah.
Yeah.
Not at
Yeah.
all shocking, is it, Andy?
Well, he actually wrote that comment, though, about the dogging. So,
Yeah.
I had a funny
Just very
story that was
knowledgeable.
slightly crude.
okay.
Yeah. If Sophie's not on yet, I'm as well as dressing inappropriately for my age. I'm also a biker. So in Ireland last week, we were riding up through the north and then into the south, and there's a village called Muff in Ireland.
Yes.
Yeah, there is definitely a village called Muff.
Yes.
So they have outside welcome Muff, which is always nice, like whenever somebody lets you know where it is. But it says, welcome to Muff, please drive carefully, or somebody's blanked out, please drive careful, and the sign. So we were on our bikes and we stopped the bikes, and I had my bike lined up, so I had to get a photograph going. You know, all the usual stuff as you do whenever you're getting into Muff.
Mhm.
And a white van came through the village and stopped right beside us and shouted, "Oi, no Muff diving."
Okay, and on that
Sorry,
note,
can I-
Sophie Aldred has entered the building. I'm sorry, guys. Good time to cut off, I think.
Sorry, Sophie.
I say good family friendly, so you thought you'd end on that story.
It's been a pleasure as always. Nice and clean and
Goodbye,
wholesome.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, thank you for having us and raise lots and lots of money.
Yeah.
I'll go and apologise now to everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. And good night.
Okay, bye.